In this video, we have three examples. We'll understand how do we relate the equation with the graph, finding A and B, and at the end, a shortcut method to answer it in a minute. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we have three interesting questions based on a particular concept which we will discuss at the end of answering all the three questions. That concept will help you answer such questions in less than a minute. Now the question here is, the diagram shows a sketch of the graph y equals to x squared plus ax plus b. The graph crosses x-axis at 2, 0 and 4, 0 as shown here, right? Find the value of a and b. Then find the value of b minus a. Four choices for b minus a are given to you. So let's begin solving this question. We know that the two roots of the equation, the x-intercepts are also the roots, are given at what? So we know x1, root 1 is given to us as 2, and the other root, x2, is given to us as 4. And therefore, we can write down the equation as y equals to x minus x1 times x minus x2, right? Since the roots are given to us, we'll substitute the value and write down this particular equation, which is x minus 2 times x minus 4, right? These are the two roots given to us, right? One is at 2, the other one is at 4. You can see, if I substitute 2 here, factor will be 0. 0 principle, when you multiply with anything, will be 0. Similarly, if I substitute 4 here, that will be 0. So that is how it represents the situation. Let us expand. Multiplying with x both the terms, what do you get? Well, x times x is x squared, and then you have minus 4x. Multiplying with minus 2 gives me minus 2x, and minus 2 minus 4 will give me plus 8, right? So this quadratic equation now can be simplified by combining the two x terms, which is minus 2x plus 8. Now when you compare this equation with x squared plus ax plus b, you can clearly write down your answer, and that is a is equal to minus 6 and b is equal to 8, right? Now we need to figure out, so we have already found what a and b are, perfect. Now we need to figure out what is b minus a. So what is b minus a? Let's write down. So b minus a is equal to 8 minus of minus 6, which is 14. And therefore, the answer is D, which is 14. Do you understand the concept, right? So if you have understood the concept, you must have seen one thing, that in this particular case, the value of b is actually product of roots, right? 4 times 2 is 8, and that is what b is. And a is negative sum of roots. 4 plus 2 is 6 minus. You see that? So keep this observation so that you can conclude at the end a very important result. Now here is the second practice question for you. Similar type, but this time on the x-axis we are given 2 points, and these 2 points are at 1 and 6. So 1 and 6 are my x-intercepts. So let me write down here this time x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 6. So what can be the equation? Well, the equation will be y equals to x times x1, which is 1, times x minus 6, right? Let us expand and simplify. X with x gives us x squared minus 6x minus x plus 6, correct? And that gives you x squared minus 7x plus 6. So you can now write down the values of a and b. A indeed is minus 7 and b is 6. Just by comparison, we compared it with the given equation, right? And we have the values of a and b. What do we need to find? We need to find the value of a minus b. So a minus b will be minus 7 is the value of a, and then we'll do minus 6, and that gives you minus 13, right? So a minus b is minus 13. So in our case, the option will be option C, which is minus 13. Perfect. So I hope you're getting the concepts. Perfect. Now let's move on to question number 3, which is in this particular case. The diagram shows the sketch of a graph minus x squared plus ax plus b. It's different, right? As you can see here, negative and parabola opens down. Makes sense, right? So be careful in answering this particular question. It crosses the x-axis at 2 points, minus 5 and 1. Find the value of a minus b. So I hope the concept is clear. Let's now simplify and answer this question. Now, since it is opening downwards, we'll write this as y equals to minus of x minus x1 times x minus x2, right? The two roots given. So minus of x minus, one of them is minus 5, the other one is 1. So that becomes plus 5 times x minus 1. Is that clear to you, right? So it becomes minus. Let me put a square bracket here when I multiply and expand. So we have x squared minus x plus 5x minus 5, right? Now that gives me, let us reorganize, add the terms which are related. So we have x squared minus x plus 5x gives us plus 4x, right? Minus 5. Let's open the bracket, see what happens. Minus x squared minus 4x plus 5. Do you see that? Now what is the value of a and b? A, as you can see from here and compare, a is minus 4, right? And b is equal to 5. And now you can answer what is a minus b. So a minus b will be equal to, let me write this as minus 4. So a minus b will be equal to minus 4 minus 5, right? So which is minus 9. Do you see that? So option B is the right option. So you have to be very careful if you have a graph which is opening downwards, as you can see in this particular case. So at the end of the video, can you tell me what could be a shortcut trick to answer such questions like this, right? So remember one thing, whenever we are given an equation, we could write this equation as x squared minus x1 plus x2, the sum of roots, plus the product of roots x1 times x2, right? So if you write this equation in this fashion, you know this product of root at the end is basically equal to b, right? When you compare, and the sum of root is basically equal to minus of a. So from the sum and product of the roots, you can actually get the answer directly. As you can see from here, b is equal to 2 times 4, right? So b is equals to 2 times 4, which is equal to 8, right? And a is equal to minus of 2 plus 4, correct? So which is equal to minus 6. Do you see how fast it is? So if you compare and then do, you can actually get the answer very quickly. And that is what I wanted to share with you at the end of the video. So this is kind of very important concept, and it can help you answer the questions in less than a minute. Perfect? So I hope it makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Thanks for your time and all the best.